Hello to the chicas, hello to the chicas. Today's video is going to be presented to you with a big smile on my face because this is the type of content that I love to deliver the most, and these are the moments that I really enjoy and appreciate, and what I live for as far as chess YouTubing is concerned. What am I talking about? About a week and a half ago, I posted a video with fellow Chessable author, Grandmaster Alex Colovic, in which we analyzed the game that I played, and we shared our thought process and what goes through the mind of a title player, and we tried to contrast it with the amateur's mind, and it was really well received. However, I also received a YouTube comment that I wanted to share with you. If you haven't watched the video I'm talking about, please pause this video now and go back. Trust me, you will be grateful for watching them in the correct sequence. So let me show you the comment that I got. I will read this to you. You can tell people this stuff about materialism and fear all you want, which was the discussion with Alex about that game, but they won't believe. The first instructional lecture I gave at my chess club was years ago when on why h6 was bad after e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4. This is something I also covered in some of my lectures. Several players at my club kept playing this, so I thought it was a good subject, and I even had example games from my own practice to show how h6 was a dud. Correct. Then I showed them that instead knight f6 is much better, and if knight g5, then after d5 we sack a pawn and we get a lot of play. Then he goes on to say that then years later he met some of the people who he gave the lecture to. They started playing a game, and immediately h6, the exact same h6 popped up, concluding thought there is only so much you can do. And I didn't really know how to respond to this sentiment, because there is an element of truth. It would be fake on my end to pretend that this doesn't happen. It does happen every now and then that people struggle to incorporate new ideas into their chess life, and they just choose to carry on with their old ways. It does happen. But it is definitely not a moot effort or something that we shouldn't aim to do, because there will be people who will learn it. In fact, there will be people, a lot of them, who will learn it quite fast. And there will be people who will take time. And this middle group, I think, is the most fascinating one to teach, because one of my main coaching philosophies, especially on lower levels, especially with adult learners who learn chess later in their life, is that in order to learn, and more importantly, by the way, far more importantly, in order to be able to incorporate something newly learned into your game, takes somewhere between 5 to 50 times repeating the same mistake or the same pattern in terms of what that mistake is. And it sounds extremely cruel and almost like pointless. Like, why would you be interested in doing something when you make the same mistake 5 times to 50 times in order to learn, given how many ways there are in chess to go wrong, to learn something new, etc. But it is just what it is. It's totally fine. In fact, I realized in my coaching experience that there is a great pedagogical value, learning power in seeing regularly recurring mistakes, because they are easy to highlight, they are patternalizable, and so when the student sees it as a continuously recurring issue, it's a lot easier to try to change it, because then you see it as a habit rather than as an individual mistake that, I just missed that, won't happen again. But if you see that you missed that now, you missed that last week, and you missed that the week before, and you always reflect on the faulty thought process that has led to that decision, then all of a sudden it's tada. Anyway, this is not the point I wanted to show you. The point is that a day after I read this comment, I receive an email from Alex saying, "Hi Andras, just played a game inspired by your latest video with this position coming up. I instantly thought of the video you did on the mindset gap and went for bishop d6 with a splendid result. Haha! Winner, winner, chicken dinner. If there was one guy who managed to play a game with a different mindset compared to what his mindset used to be before, that video was already worth my time and the effort and the energy that went into it." So now I'm going to present to you the one and only Alex in the black trunks, chucking out the exact same idea against this weird exchange French / weird Sicilian structure, plays bishop d6, plays bishop e6, just like I did in that game in the Colovic video. Knight g5 with castle, and tada, here we go. The opponent can't resist the temptation and takes the pawn on e6, throwing the evaluation bar through the roof. It's already -3 for black, and of course it is. We are up half an army behind the black pieces. Now here we played queen d7. I think I would have played here knight e4, but the most insane stuff to observe here is that according to the engine, the best move is h5. And that is a really outlandish move here to consider as your #1 candidate. The idea being that after h3, knight g4, pawn takes and queen h4, we don't even need the bishop on d6 to succeed. We take f2, we check, we go check again, and we go rook e1, and it feels like we now need to put an M for Morphy in our name, so it will be András M. Todt in my name, but unfortunately I didn't play this game, so it will be Alex M. whatever Alex's surname is. You get my gist. Fantastic stuff. This looks like a reverse King's Gambit kind of scenario from the mid-1800s, and yeah, they are our heroes if our opponents are greedy and they take our e6 pawn. It didn't quite go like that, but Alex also delivered in spades. Rook e3, knight g4, that's a triple threat to say the least, attacking every single unit in the white army. It's super impressive, by the way, to observe this absolute cluster disaster here. Rook f3, take, rook f8, fully functional developed army versus zilch. Queen b3, and now we are going in for mate, and unfortunately Alex's opponent resigned here instead of allowing some spectacular checkmate ideas, but yeah, I can't really blame them for having had enough. So yeah, shout out to Alex for sending me this game. Shout out to Alex for utilizing an idea that he saw in one of my YouTube videos to then implement it in his game. And before you guys throw shade to the person whose, I think, YouTube handle I leaked while reading his comment, the comment I think did have a bit of a negative edge to it, but at the same time, once again, I would like to acknowledge the fact that, like, in any area of teaching, it's inevitable that some people get things faster than others, and you need to be open to that. And I'm sure that he, as a club member and lecturer and, you know, chess aficionado, also enjoys the times when, you know, ideas that you pass on land on fertile ground. It is what it is. It's part of teaching, part of coaching. I think the best you can do is to celebrate successes like this and just soldier on when things don't go your way, our way. So without any further ado, I think we can call it a day here. Once again, great game by Alex. Well done, buddy. And I'm going to, guys, see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, to sub, to not make noise, yeah, that's about it. I will catch you in the next video. Bye.